Okay, all right. Welcome to the Social Scavenger walkthrough. I'm Warren. I'm going to take you through a full-blown walkthrough of the app. Over here on the left, you can see my phone. Over here on the right, you can see the microsite. This is located at app.socialscavenger.com. So if you want to follow along and build with me as we go for it. Otherwise, watch the video. You'll get a good sense. There's a lot of little videos. There's how-to guides. There's all the details you want. But we'll cover about 95% of everything here today, probably in 15 minutes. So buckle up. Over here on the left, we've downloaded the Social Scavenger app. This here is the Social Scavenger mobile web app. So Social Scavenger actually now works without even downloading an app, but there's an iPhone, Android, and now web app. So if you went to m.app.socialscavenger.com and added it to your home screen, you would see that. We're going to go into the regular iPhone app today. So I'm just going to open that up. What I can see right now is I can sign in with Facebook, I can sign in with Twitter, I can sign in with email. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with email. So sign in with Kip here. Hit the sign in, and now I'm going to see the games that are available. So as a user, what I'm seeing now is the featured games. I can go in and search in the search field. I can find all the other games that are available. So if you create a game for people to find it, all they're going to need to do is know the game name. They're going to search, they're going to find it, they're going to join it. Today we're going to use the sample game as something to walk through. So I'm just going to open up the sample game. I can see there's a title, a description, and an option to join the public game down here. Now I'm in. So as a user, what I see is I see challenges, I see a live stream, I see a leaderboard. That's really where you live. Switching games, of course, if you want to go switch to a different game, and help if you want to actually click through and read some help files, which no one really does, as we all know. So challenges is where you live and breathe. That's where players come, do all the challenges. So all they really need to ever know is, hey, click on challenges. The rest is gravy. When they go in, what they see is they see a big list of challenges. So before we go any further, we're going to talk about how we actually build this type of game. So over here at app.socialscavenger.com, we're going to click, we're going to sign in the top right. I've already signed in using my Facebook account, but then I'm going to go to My Games. So if I've created a game, like the sample game, it's going to show up here. Or I can click this Create button and build a game from scratch. So I've got two options. I can always come back and edit my game at any time. So once you've built a game, come on in, edit at any time, add, change, delete, remove, etc. So there was the name of the game, there was the description. If we look at settings, which is going to be the first thing we're going to have to do when we create a game, you see over here the game builder in the right menu. We've got settings, challenges, teams, approvals, and exports. We'll walk through all those pretty quickly. So settings, the core stuff is I need a game name. That's sample game, try me. I need a description. So I need a description of my game. I can put in an image optionally. Entry code. That entry code is going to keep the game private, only people who have access to your game. If you want a public game, just get in touch with us, info@socialscavenger.com, and we'll set you up with a public game. And primary email. So once I've filled out those fields, I've pretty much got the basis for my game ready to go, and I can go build challenges. If we look at some of the advanced fields, I can schedule a game, so it doesn't just start anytime. It's specific to a day and time of when people can actually see the challenges and do them. Time to complete, I could give people a couple hours from when they actually start just by typing in 2 hours. Promotion, search, categories, unlocks. A lot of this is for people who are doing more advanced games. We're going to breeze through a little bit of that. Unlocking. Again, if we're going to do offline games, it's more advanced again. So we're just going to leave all those settings at standard default settings. Now, when we get to reviewers, this is where you're putting in for the moderating of content. So you've got to put in an email address here, put in yours, or put in a secondary spare one. And that means when there's submissions into your game, you're going to get an email notification. You're also going to get those right here in the app. So you don't have to approve them by email, but it's a nice secondary way to know you're getting all your content. If we want to moderate the game, we've got a couple of options. The most common by far option is post-stream. That means before any content ever shows up in this live stream over here, it doesn't have to be moderated. Post-stream means let that content flow into the live stream, and I'll deal with it later if I need to moderate it. For private games, that's absolutely the way to go. You also have the pre-stream option. So if I choose the pre-stream option, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to sit and approve every challenge before it goes live, before someone earns points for it. A much more common way is do post-stream, and then if you've done a game or an event with a whole bunch of people, you don't have to go verify everyone. You say who won this game on the leaderboard, you look, and then you just go moderate the content for that person. So if they've cheated or done something you don't like, you can reject a challenge, 2 challenges that they've done. And if they're not the leader anymore, now you can moderate for the person who was in second, who's now in first. Really quick, really easy. If you're doing public brand games, again, it's a different story. Submissions, early and late submissions, do we allow them? That's if we're doing timed games. We're a little more concerned with this. And players' location. So maps show up when people are taking photos and videos around town, showing you where they were. So you can hide that from the stream if you don't want that to be public. When it comes to pricing, this is, self-serve module. If you're doing bigger games, this is something you're going to have to adjust. But first off, what type of license? Most people are commercial. You've got personal license, educational, not-for-profit licenses. And we're going to say this is a one-day event, and there's a minimum of 10 teams. That means up to 10 teams. So it's $30 a team for commercial games. As you switch, there's different prices for different game levels. So personal, educational, not-for-profit, they all change, going down to $10 a person for a personal game. So based on your game, that's how you're going to set that up. And legal. I'm going to agree to the terms of use, and I'm on my way. So when I save that, it's going to take me up here to the challenges. So we've got our basic game settings done, and now we get to the exciting challenges section. This is where the magic really happens, where you can really use all the features of Social Scavenger. So let's look at the challenges by going into this POW headshot. So that's the second one we see over on our list here on the app. And it's got a title. We see that title over here. It's got a description. And it tells you what to do. So we've got different opportunities of different types of challenges we can do. So we've got photo challenges, we've got video challenges, we've got trivia challenges, we've got sticker challenges, we've got text challenges, and we've got QR code challenges. We'll go through what each of those are. So we set our challenge type, we set how many points it's going to be worth, we determine if it's going to be at a location. If it's at a location, we're just using a Google map. We can type in an address. It's going to pinpoint it. We decide if we want to lock our challenges to locations or other challenges. We decide if our challenges want to show up in that live stream or not. So those are the main features we're going to go through. They let you create a lot of different flexible games. So let's take a look at kind of each different challenge type, although we'll skip over some that are fairly basic. So trivia. So in this case of trivia, we've got this concept of what movie is this classic quote from, my name is Montego Montoya, etc. So the answer is The Princess Bride. So down here we've typed in the answers that are valid. The Princess Bride, comma, Princess Bride spelt wrong, etc., etc. So when someone goes in and answers that question over here on the trivia, you can see we've embedded a YouTube video in there as well, just to give them a clue, so that's something fun you can do. And I go complete this, so I'm going to write Princess Bride, and I didn't put the, you'll notice, which is actually the name of it. But we decided that was good enough, so it's correct. So it's going to ask me if I want to share it. So that gives someone the points. It automatically scores it. So you don't have to do anything. You've created a trivia, you've created an answer. If you want your trivia style to look more multiple choice, you can do that. You can see here in this one, we've just added some break tags. And in the answers, we put C as a possible answer. So someone can answer A, B, C, or D and not actually have to go and type out the whole answer. So when I go in, I look at my trivia, I say, oh, I know what the answer is. It's the Big Apple. C. Boom. Correct. Nice work. And it's going to score me automatically. If I get it wrong, obviously it's going to say incorrect, and I can't go guess again. So for trivia, if I go back in, it's going to say you've already answered this. Otherwise, trivia becomes just how many guesses do you give them. So that's how trivia questions work. Pretty cool because you don't have to do anything. Now, photo challenges are photo challenges. They're take a photo. So I don't think we need to go into heavy detail on that. And video challenges are take a video. I mean, the only thing you really want to know, so there's the video kill challenge, is whenever users go into something, they just see a complete button down here on the right. So that complete button, in this case, will open up the video camera. So it opens up the video camera, I can take a photo, I can pull one off my camera roll. So I'm good to go. Challenge types that might be a little less familiar. Let's take a look at this last one called the selfie afro. So this is a sticker challenge. So in here we've select the type sticker, and then we've added up our sticker. We've just loaded up a file. So there's a whole little demo on how to upload the file. It's a transparent PNG. If you know how to create one of those, you're in luck. If you put it on a canvas size, 645 by 860, it's going to work even better. So in here, we've said it's floating. So floating means I can move it around the page. So I'm going to get 10 points for wearing a selfie afro. I'm going to go in and complete this challenge. And what I'm going to do is, there it is. Now I'm going to do a selfie. There's me. Hello. There's my afro look. I can enter a caption. Sweet fro. And done. I don't have to enter a caption, but I'm going to. I'm going to post that, and once again, there it is. It's completed. So the sticker, again, they don't need to know anything. They don't need to do anything. On the mobile version, it works slightly different. You have to take the photo first, and then you merge them together, but you'll see it's pretty straightforward. So as I'm doing these challenges, they're all going into the live stream. So I go over to the live stream, and there I can see the selfie afro. I can see the trivia because I've decided to let that go into the live stream. We'll adjust that in a second, and I can scroll through and just see what other people are doing. So live stream works pretty instantly. From the live stream, I could hit the share button again if I wanted to decide now I want to share that, as I didn't share it at the time. So that's a sticker challenge. So pretty cool. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can put frames in there. You can put stuff for brands. You can put your friends' heads. You can do all kinds of things. So text is straightforward. Text is typing in a text answer. It's more for creative answers where you want to judge them, maybe give bonus points. We'll get to bonus points a little bit later. And then QR codes. So QR codes, which, you know, in the marketing world are a bit of a giant failure because no one has a QR scanner on their phone. No one really even knows what they are. So the reason they work great here is because people, again, don't need to know anything. You're going to come in, you're going to create a challenge, you're going to make it type QR code, and then we're going to give you the QR code for this challenge. So there it is. There's the QR code. You can now cut that. You can print that, paste it somewhere. You could hide it online somewhere, make people track it down. And then when you go it on your phone and hit complete, what you're going to do is you're actually going to open up the QR reader. Now that's kind of blocked by my thing. So there we go. We've scanned it successfully and challenge done. So pretty cool, pretty easy, a way to use sweet technology. So QR codes, while finding things and scanning things is fun, the next level of that is we can lock these. So we're going to take a quick look at locking right now. So QR codes, again, now I can use that to make sure someone gets to a specific place. I can make sure they get to a vendor. I can make sure that they get to a location on my game, on my hunt, whatever the case may be. So let's take a look here in the POW headshot. So it's of type sticker. There's the sticker right there. It's got 10 points. That's how many you're going to get for completing. Set that to anything. It doesn't have time restrictions set. Oh, in fact, it does. Location. It's got a location, 500 Spadina Avenue. And it's currently locked to that location. So when we go over here and we look at the POW challenge, we're going to see when we click on it, well, it says I'm 953 meters away from where I can do this challenge. If I click it, it's going to zoom in. It's going to show me the blue dot. It's going to show the challenge where I need to get to, so I just need to go a few blocks up the street. Then I'm going to be able to complete this challenge. So that's one way you can lock things. That's a fun, cool way to be able to do things. Make sure someone gets there. You don't have to have people at those locations. It's going to automatically do it. I could also lock this to a challenge. So instead of saying you're locked to a location, now I'm going to reload it. You can see, okay, here we go. Now I've locked it to a challenge called Find the Beacon. So I can lock it to a location. I can lock it to a challenge. So now it's going to say, hey, you can't do this until you find this beacon. So it's another way to lock things. You can lock a challenge to a challenge. You can lock a challenge to a location. Or you can actually create a beacon challenge. We'll look at that in a second. So when I've locked it to a challenge, I can pick any challenge to lock it to. So I could have locked it to that QR code. That QR code would have been, hey, you need to hunt down something at some store or some location. Then we're going to let you scan it, and now it's going to unlock the next challenge. So locking challenges is a fun way to add a different dimension to your game. Stations, check-ins, amazing race style. Again, without having to actually be there on the ground. You can be there, you can have actors with things, wide variety of ways you can run these games. So we'll take a look at beacons now. So we're going to unlock this. We'll lock this back to the location. And we can see the beacon. The beacon's that top challenge there. And what it is a beacon is this, well, it can look like this. Small piece of hardware, piece of plastic, think of it. It's sending out Bluetooth signals. And what we've done is basically said you have to get within a certain location, a certain distance from this beacon to be able to unlock it. So in this case, this beacon isn't locked. That means I must be within the range. So I can go in, I can complete this photo. If it's locked, when I click it, I'm going to get the radar that's going to come up, and it's going to show me the beacon, and the beacon's going to be red. So my unlock parameter is 2 meters. I'm within 1.9 meters. So you can see down here, I'm just within the range of being able to do this challenge. As I move away from the beacon, or the beacon moves away from me, as the case may be, that distance is going to change, and it's going to lock back up. So beacons are awesome for indoor spaces. They don't require Wi-Fi. They're purely Bluetooth. So 100% they work indoor, conferences, trade shows, great places, places without Wi-Fi. And again, if you have actors on the ground or Mr. X in the park, kind of a cool way to be able to, have a moving target. You can't really do that with GPS. You can do that with QR codes if you print them out and hide them on someone, but it definitely isn't as fun. It doesn't add that technological element. And again, it works without Wi-Fi, purely on Bluetooth. So beacons are great. They do require hardware. So if you did want to run on beacons in your games, you just give us a shout at info@Social Scavenger. We'll configure some beacons for you, mail them out, set them up in your game. You also notice that that beacon was called Find the Beacon. And it's called Find the Beacon because this challenge is called Find the Beacon. So if we called that Mr. X, then over on the radar, it's going to be called Mr. X. So you can do much more creative names than what you're seeing here. So the other factor here is, do I want my challenge to show up on the stream? So here we've said show up on the live stream, and we saw earlier that we went over to the live stream, that content shows up. If we decide, for trivia, for example, we don't want it to show up on the live stream, then what we're going to do is we're going to go in, when we edit the trivia, we've said to this one, don't show on the live stream. So it's not going to show my answer popping up in the live stream, which is what we're looking for. Yeah, so you've seen the challenges, you've seen the live stream. As we complete challenges, the leaderboard's automatically updating. You can see I'm seeing myself first at the top, Kip, even though I'm 30th place because I don't want to scroll all the way down. Now I can click in and see I've got 22 points and I've done 4 challenges. So I can easily see myself in a large game. I can search for different friends and find them, all of that stuff. So as a player, really all I'm doing is clicking through, scrolling through challenges, and you've got all these rich features. You've got the GPS, you've got the beacons, you've got all these different unlock concepts, different challenge types like stickers and videos. So it's really rich, but for a user, it's really simple. Click the challenges button, check stuff out in the live stream, and see where you are on the leaderboard. So it keeps it really simple. So that's the core of this admin module. You can obviously move challenges up or down to determine what order they go in, and you can edit them anytime. You can come in, you can delete it, you can rewrite it, you can change any of these settings. Over here we'll see teams. So teams is an area we can go. We can see all the teams who've joined a particular game. If I don't like what I'm seeing, I can come in and ban them. So I do that over on the right. I select people from the list. I can go through and decide to ban people. Administrators, I can have different people who can have the admin rights to this account, so they can come in, they can edit the game, change the game, approve things. I can blast out invitations to people. I can send the entire game push notification if I want to just fire them out something saying, hey, there's been a change to challenge 18, check it out, or our new final location is this location or this bar or this venue. Whatever the case may be, sometimes you want to blast out a message to the group. So that's all there under your team section. If we hop over to approvals, approvals is the area where we're going to go and decide, hey, is that content okay? So if we've said post stream, it means you saw those things going to the live stream, you saw me getting points for them, all the magic's happening. But if I decided, you know what, this selfie afro wasn't what I asked you to do, in this particular case, of course it was, I can go in and reject it. I can go in, I can hit reject, I can send a message saying, here's why I'm rejecting this, or I can just reject it without sending any message at all. So if someone's read clues wrong and you really want to be nice about it, you can do that. If I've set it to post stream, it means what I'm going to have to do, or sorry, moderation to pre-stream. If I've set it to pre-stream, it means I have to moderate pre-stream. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to have to approve it for those points to come through. When I click approve, the default is 10 points. So I can just hit accept and I'm going to get those 10 points. Now I can also determine that I want to change that. So I might have said, hey, this selfie afro challenge is worth up to 10 points. But you did an okay job, so I'm going to give you 5. Or you know what, you did a bang up job. I'm going to give you an extra bonus I didn't even talk about. It's worth 20. So this is great to do for some of your challenges, because what it's going to let you do is if you have a game where everyone's going to finish and everyone's going to get every challenge done, you know, this is how you're going to have tiebreakers. Who did the best and the judging challenge is the best. Again, it's just an option. It's in there. No matter if you set pre or post stream, you can always come in here and hit approve and override the point value. So even though we've set this one to post stream, I've already earned the points for this. I can come in, and even though I've earned 10 points, I can now give me 20 points for it. So that's a cool thing to be able to do. And I can scroll through, see all the different people, see where they completed the challenges, all in this approval center. Again, I've entered an email address, so I'm getting emailed every time people do these as well. So I can do it from my email. If I shrink this down, because I'm out in the field, you can see it's responsive. So now I can see all of that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to open this up a bit more, and we've got exports. Finally, exports is where I can go. I can just dump the whole game out. Cool. Now I've got all the photos, all the videos. I also get a CSV file in there. What that CSV file is going to let me do is see all of the challenges, all the players, everything everyone's done. So if there's any controversy, it's a nice way to see how things are just using a spreadsheet. So that's really your overview. I said 15 minutes. Looks like it's 22 minutes. The only other things you can note is when you create a game, what you're going to see here over on the right is you see there's a stream. So that live stream is actually available on the web. So if I want to pull it up on a big screen after an event, I can do that. I've got a URL, I can just go to it, and there I am. So this is just a pure stream of the event. Great. I've got the leaderboard, same thing. I can pull up the leaderboard, whether or not it's at a bar, a conference center, a trade show, a boardroom, and we can scroll through and see how many challenges people did, see how many points they earned. I can do that with widgets, so I can embed those somewhere else on my own website if I don't want to push people to this website. And we saw settings, we saw approvals, we saw challenges, we saw teams, and the only last thing we didn't see is clone. So if you're a team builder and you're running the same type of game, what you can do is come in here and clone the game. That's going to take all of your challenges, recreate them, your settings, recreate them, and now you can just come in and do the basic editing. Change the name, change the description, add or remove some challenges. Just makes things really quick for you. So that's it in a nutshell. We've seen everything here today. So I hope this has given you a good heads up on how it all works. If you have more information, there's a full complete guide you can download on the website. There's also micro videos, little videos on all the little things you can do, how you do the settings, going through really step by step in much a smaller way. We also offer all of this as a white label. So if you're a big corporation or a brand and you're looking to do something bigger, we can reskin, relaunch, create your own microsites, custom features, and you have your own way to do product launches. You have your own team building property site. You've got great ways to do PR, festivals, events. We work with all kinds of clients who are looking to really engage people with challenges and drive content. So if you're looking to do that, give us a shout at info@socialscavenger.com. Happy to hop on a call, help you out, walk you through how that works. So thanks very much, and we'll hope to see you out there playing soon.